Y'all, I just walked in from the Dollar Tree. I got a ton of things to create for you guys today that are gonna give you some super inexpensive crafts to create that look really high end. So let's go ahead and jump right into these crafts. Okay, the first thing I found were these cutie little boxes. They had a bigger size and a smaller size, and they kind of nested into one another. But I had a couple different ideas for these. So the first one we're gonna do is create a small shelf sitter using one of these and one of these little mirrors that they had. I'm just gonna put this on here and we're gonna add some vinyl and paint the wood. I think it's gonna be super cute. And then the second idea I had was to take these and kind of put them together, and we're gonna make a little propagation station. Hold on one second, I've gotta show you these. How cute. Do you all see the vision? I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we're gonna start by taking off the labels from these boxes because I need to paint them, and I want it to almost look like a solid box all the way around. So we're gonna take these off, and I am gonna actually glue them together using this Fix-All adhesive. This is also from the Dollar Tree. This is just a super glue that the Dollar Tree carries. And so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and glue first and then paint. This is a hack that lots of people don't realize. I always try to glue my crafted items together first and then paint them versus the other way around. If you paint it and then add glue, sometimes the pieces tend to fall apart because it's adhered to the paint rather than the actual base itself. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna put a little bit down the edge here. And then we're gonna sandwich it together. I'm gonna take this other one, and we're gonna sandwich it together. Beautiful. And actually flip these over. And the Dollar Tree also carries these teeny weeny little clamps. I love these for small wooden projects because I can actually clamp these together while they dry to make sure they're gonna stay really well. So we're gonna go ahead, clamp those, sit them to the side, and then we're gonna work on our little mirror project. So I absolutely love this. I think it's adorable. I mean, this is gonna be such a cute little shelf sitter, but I need to attach this mirror to the box. So the first thing I'm gonna do is remove the tag. And then I'm also going to remove these little dots. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over, and I'm pretty sure this is about a 4 by 4 inch square, but I'm gonna measure it just to be sure. So it's actually 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. So let's hop into Cricut Design Space, and we are gonna pick out what we want on this cute little sign. So while that cuts out, I'm actually gonna go ahead and put a coat of this burnt umber on here. This is just like a brown paint. I just wanted something dark to kind of make the mirror pop off of the wood. So, and most of this top part's gonna be getting covered, so I'm not too worried about it looking neat, but I do want these edges to look covered and nice and neat. So while our other one cuts out, I am gonna clean this little mirror because there's fingerprints all over it. So we don't want any oils from our fingers on the mirror. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my transfer tape and I'm going to lay it on top of our first transfer. I'm gonna put this decal together and then put the whole decal onto the mirror. So I'm just Gonna take this one and I'm gonna place it with the greenery, so our leaves, and then we'll lay it all down at once together. And then I'm just gonna flip this over and add some glue. Now you have a cute little shelf sitter. And honestly, you could sit like a candle on top of this if you wanted to, or just sit it up on a shelf for some decor. I just love how this turned out. I think it's so fun, so boho, and super easy to make. Okay, so for these, I'm just gonna take off these little wraparounds. These are actually really cute. I may or may not use them for this project, but I'm gonna save them and maybe use them for something. So we're gonna hang on to those. I am gonna take the stickers off the bottoms of these. So I think I'm gonna do some leather tags with some HTV on it. This blue kind of matches the blue on here. So let's go into Cricut Design Space and I'm gonna whip these up really quickly. Okay. I think I wanna like attach them on. These cut out beautifully. They're so stinking cute. Now we just need to cut out our HTV and we will apply that with our Cricut Mini Easy Press. So I'm just gonna take each one of these individually and place them on my tags. I do have this on a medium heat setting. It honestly does not take much. And then I'm going to slowly peel off this carrier sheet. Then I'm just gonna take the old string off because it's pretty cute. You could totally still use the charms, but I think I'm gonna do without those charms at this moment. How cute is that? And then we're just gonna rinse and repeat for the other one. So I like to tie these on first and then kind of run my tag onto the ribbon or string. That way it kind of puts it right in the center. If you try to put it on before you tie it that first time, it doesn't really lay right. Okay, those are ready. Now we just need to finish our base. These are still kind of drying, but I can go ahead and get them painted. So once you get those as dry as they need to be, I am going to take these, put some glue on the bottom. I'm gonna put it around this raised part so that it actually sticks to the wood. If the sticker bothers you, you can put a heat gun to that and it should come right up. Honestly, I don't mind. I'm gonna put plants in here anyways, and I'm probably gonna put fake plants in it, but you wanna put real plants in it and you don't wanna see that, you probably wanna take it off. And I recommend either using lemon oil or a heat gun or rubbing alcohol. Those are the best ways to get stickers off of the bottom of things. How cute is this? I'm gonna insert a little zoomed in shot for you all so you can really see the cuteness. Obviously these plants aren't right. I don't have all these plants on hand right now, but you could put these and label these whatever you wanted. I just think it's so cute. You could even do something like grow, bloom, prosper. I don't know. This is where your creativity comes in. What do you all think of this? I absolutely love it. Okay, so this is our next project. This was a $1.25 at Dollar Tree in the wall decor section. I feel like that's a pretty good deal for something this size, but I'm not really into like all the words on this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint these, and I have cut out some of these super cute little floral vinyl decorations. As you can see, obviously I love this kind of abstract floral design right now, but what I'm gonna do is paint these with some chalk paint. So I've got this linen white from Starcraft I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna paint the top and the bottom ones this color, and then the middle one I'm gonna paint black. So I'm just taking some of this chalk paint. Now this may take a couple of coats just because what's on it already is a little bit darker, but we're gonna put our first coat on, let it dry completely, and then we'll put our second coat on. Now, if you're wanting to add anything to these, they are about 4 inches, maybe a little less than 4 inches. I cut my designs about 4 inches, and then I can just trim it if I need to. So we're just gonna paint this on as smoothly as possible. And we'll let that one dry. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this first one and put it on here. There's honestly not like a right or a wrong way to place these. Just gonna put it right on there. Now mine's gonna go over the edge a little bit, but I'm gonna take a True Control knife or an X-Acto knife, and we can kind of trim that up. I'm just gonna flip it over and then trim around the edges. And then we're just gonna peel this transfer tape off. And then we'll do the same thing to the other two. Okay. And then if you have any extra pieces kind of hanging off the edge, you can just fold those down and you are done. Okay, for our next project, this is in the $3 to $5 section at the Dollar Tree. I think these are so nice. They're super heavy, like a pretty substantial size votive. These would be great for centerpieces or if you're just wanting to decorate in the house somewhere. But I thought it would be cute to do some like floral pattern situation here. So I print and cut out some really cute clear stickers of these like watercolor flowers. And then I also cut them out on this gold foil. So it'll have some contrast, and I'm just gonna stick them all the way around. I honestly, this idea was kind of up in the air if it was gonna actually look good, but we're just gonna run with it and see how it goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on our clear stickers. And I'm kind of placing them just sporadically. They're not gonna be like super in any kind of order or anything like that. I just think it would be cute to have them all around. So these were just clear sticker paper. I use the Avery and Dennison brand, but HTV Ront has some, as well as there is a Zicoto brand, I'm pretty sure makes some clear sticker paper. But any clear sticker paper is gonna give you that watercolor effect. And then I just layered it with these gold silhouettes of the same flowers. So it's a little bit different. Honestly, I think I like the watercolor stickers better than just the gold. So that's gonna be personal preference. It's definitely a little bit different, but I wanted to give it that pressed flower effect, and the clear stickers definitely did that here. But the gold ones are just like not doing it for me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you love it? What would you change? Let us know. For these next two, they had these super cute little glass pieces. This one I'm thinking would be really cute in a bathroom with matches, and you could put a little match circle down here, you know, the pieces that you can kind of strike the matches on. I think that would look so cute, but I didn't want to do anything that said matches or anything like that. So I was just going to do a tiny little flower to add onto the front. So I went ahead and cut this out of vinyl. This simple little flower, nothing crazy, and we're just going to put this onto the front of our little jar. These jars are so cute. They also had them in green and pink, but you could use these for so many different things. Like I was thinking toothpicks, Q-tips, matches, something along those lines. And look how cute, just with a little flower on it. I love that. And I love this little crystal ball on the top. And then for this one, I cut out this super cute little oil to put on here in a pretty font from Maker's Gonna Learn. And I am just going to burnish this down, and we're gonna put it going long ways on here, like so. So cute. Just something so simple to add a little extra touch, and I love how these turned out. So these little trays have been all over TikTok. I was just going to paint something super simple on this. It doesn't really go with the vibe of everything else that we've done today. I wasn't trying to stick with a certain aesthetic or anything, but I think this will be so cute. I'm gonna paint it this natural linen color and do some little cherries. And then I have this Mon Amour, which means my love in French. I just think this would be cute to put your rings on whenever you're doing the dishes and things like that. So we're gonna paint that and then add the vinyl to it. They only had one, and this one had a chip in the corner, but I'm going to hope that once it's painted, you're not even gonna notice. You all may not even be able to see it, so I'm not super worried about it. I think it's just a cute little trinket dish to have around by your sink or something like that to put your rings on. So once that's completely dry, then you can add on your vinyl. I'm just gonna put this right here in the middle. Super cute. Honestly, it's really cute like that, but I really want to add in some little cherries. So I am just going to take some paint. I'm going to take the handle end of my paintbrush, and we're just going to add little dots. And then I'm just going to take the brush end, and we're going to add on some little leaves. Now I'm gonna dry this, and I'm just gonna take a Sharpie and make our little stems after it's dry. Okay, so I'm just gonna take, this is an acrylic marker, but you could honestly just use a Sharpie or something along those lines. And I'm just gonna draw a little V shape coming out of my leaf towards the cherries. Okie dokie. So then once it dries, if you want to put a sealant on it, I would recommend a spray sealant, just because if you go in with something that you're gonna have to smear around, sometimes the marker or the paint may want to bleed, or at least wait 24 hours if you're gonna go in with something like Maker's Magic or Mod Podge before you actually go to seal it. But I think that this turned out so cute. You honestly can't tell this is a little jewelry tray from the Dollar Tree, and I love it so much. After seeing all of these Dollar Tree crafts, what do you all think? Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite and which of these you plan on recreating. If you like this video, make sure to watch this one up here. I think you're gonna love it just as much, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.